All right, back here in the dirt, and gonna look for some relics and some coins in an area that where there's a lot of modern trash, but there's also a lot of history. So here's a real low conductor in the 6-7 range that also has a lot of iron around it. I'm going to give it a shot. Okay, looks like it's right at the bottom of that plug. And if you can tell by the sound, there's no iron there. It's reading a solid 6, so it might be a nickel. So note that we heard a lot of iron on top of it, so that iron is at the reverse side of that plug right now. Yeah, oops. Sorry, I was out of frame there. But it's a big old beaver tail. So, anyway, I've gone over this spot many times before and passed this up. It just shows the unmasking ability of this beast coil. Okay, and I'll put the plug back in, and you can hear the iron. Okay, so right next to that hole, we have a high tone. Huh. This looks good. Listen. Going from high to mid. I wonder if it's the ring to that beaver tail. All right, check it out. If I'm not mistaken, that looks like a coin. But then again, it is bouncing up to 26. That kind of worries me. 25. Let's check it out. That's what I was saying. I was concerned. Remember how I said it was bouncing up to 26? You start getting that, and when you start getting a bounce from a mid-tone to a high tone, this starts going sometimes as high as 26. You're starting to lean towards the iron wraparound. So the pesky bottle caps tend to do that. Okay, here's another signal that you can learn from. Now watch this. Listen. Sounds kind of good, but you can't probably tell from this audio, but there's a deadpan tone to it, and then you can hear iron. It's not consistent. Now watch. Whip the coil a little, and it disappears. Okay, if I would have did that with the rusty bottle cap just last time, it would have gave it up. So you got to remember that, and I forget too. But that's one way of finding nails, big nails, and rusty bottle caps, is just simply whipping the coil. Sometimes even going down to 6.4. Like for instance, let me go down to 6.4. See how this tone sounds. Listen. See, it's even worse. What happens is in 6.4, and you don't have to re-ground balance or anything, you just switch it back to 18. Now, if you want to hunt in 6.4 exclusively, then you should re-ground balance. So anyway, So yeah, 6.4 tends to bust up those, it tends to splatter those solid iron tones, okay? Okay, here's another mid-tone. It's going from high to mid. Okay, check this out. So this is about 6-7 inches deep. Okay, let's check it out. All right, so I got a mid-tone in the hole. Wire nail. All right, here we go. Looks like a wheat. I'll have to check it out later. It's definitely a wheat, but it's all corroded, or rather green. And that was down about 8 inches with the wire nail over it. I think that's it. Find it. Jeez. All right, looks like that wasn't the only thing in there. Crap, I missed it. There's a mid-tone in there. I think it's a, yeah, it's in that plug. It's a snap, a rivet to something. And that was over the wheat scent. Okay, so that's why he had this two tones. So it's actually turned out well. Mid-tone over the deep high tone, and then you had iron, so you had 3 different objects in the same hole. So that's cool. Okay, so we got a high tone and a mid-tone right above it. All right, hold on, here you go. See if I can hold on. Okay, this tone is a lot better now. Hear that? Solid 1920. Man, that's usually a zinc penny, but well, I don't think a zinc penny would be that deep. Hold on. Okay, there it is right there. See it? Looks to be a wheat from here. Not as crusty as the other one. Hold on. Yeah, this is definitely a wheat. I can't say the year, but anyway, it was down about 6 inches. So well, that's cool. I'm gonna check this hole, see if there's anything else. Okay, remember how I said there was 2 tones? There's a high tone and a mid tone. We got something off to the side here. I'll let you hear it. And iron. Okay, so I'm going to take the side of that hole, see what's up. Okay, so there it is. Whatever it is. Beaver tail. All right, so you had the beaver tail and the wheat penny right next to each other, just like the last wheat cent. And there's some iron in here somewhere too. Okay, so we got a solid 4 here. 4, sometimes 5, but very consistent. Sounds very... All right, it's like practically the surface. Hopefully it's a small gold ring. But more than likely, I think it's a wad of foil. Foil wads are usually around 4. Hold on. Yeah, just as I thought. Foil. Big piece of foil. All right. Yes, the TARSACCI will find foil. The bigger pieces like that. But as far as the little tiny pieces, it's going to ignore those. I know other detectors, especially, the real powerful, overdriven detectors, they're going to read every little piece of foil in there, especially if a lawnmower went over it. And it's just not the case with the TARSACCI, fortunately. All right, so that's about it for today. Hope you learned something. I hope you learned one important thing is that that 12-inch beast coil, it is very, very deadly, even in junky areas, trashy areas, as I just demonstrated. And like those 2 wheat pennies, they both had multiple targets under the coil at the same time. The first one had the aluminum, had the beaver tail over it, along with the wire nail. Okay, so it picked up the low iron tone, the mid tone from the aluminum, and the high tone from the penny. And then with the second wheat penny, basically the same thing. The aluminum beaver tail was right over that penny in the same hole. So you're going to get excellent separation with this coil. And it's really, amazing that you're literally able to hear those 3 tones all at the same time like that, for such a big coil. When I go out with my TARSACCI, I'm always trying to learn something new, and I've been using it for 2 years now. And it's a real fun machine to use, because it's just totally different than anything else. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And we'll catch you next time. This is Aaron, out.